All right, it's about 5 past. Let's get started. How's everyone doing tonight?
Good.
Anytime you guys have any questions, feel free to message the box or just stop us along the PowerPoint slide and the demonstration that we do, and we'll stop and answer your questions as well. So first off, welcome to AI Digital Marketing cohort class. This is an online presentation class geared towards helping entrepreneurs and small businesses. I'll start off by introducing myself and my partner, Abel. So myself, I'm the founder and CEO of Digital Synergy, Executive Director for AABRN, a nonprofit organization in collaboration with Elevate Hennepin, Chinese Chamber of Commerce, Digital Synergy, and Super Connector Media. Abel, did you want to introduce yourself?
Sure thing. Yeah, let me go ahead and start my video. Hello, everybody. My name is Abel Mekonen. So I'm a former Microsoft engineer, specifically with cloud and AI architecture. Currently, I work at NetApp as a AI product manager. And right now, with our project, we have a lot of interactions with generative AI, mainly Microsoft Cognitive Search. So I definitely have a lot of knowledge of, generative AI, as well as just in general, how can AI fuel your business? So excited to, spread some knowledge here.
Awesome. Thanks, Abel. All right, again, so this cohort here is sponsored by Elevate Hennepin. It's an effort to support entrepreneurs, small businesses in Hennepin County. Hennepin County is the largest population in the state of Minnesota, primarily focused around the Minneapolis area. If you have any questions, feel free to visit their website information. Zach Harari is the person in charge of the cohort 2 for Hennepin County. Feel free to email him. And again, there's more information on the website. I know these are links, but we will share and post the PowerPoint slide on our website after, so you can have full access to our recording and the PowerPoint slide. Table of contents, where we're going to start off with an overview of AI digital marketing, what it is and how it can help your business, the different tools that you can use to help your business, AI chatbot, and AI automation for CRM. This is an infographic that I got from one of our business partner, and it's going to point out all the key stats of AI, why AI is the future now for digital marketing. As an introduction, it's basically to help supercharge your marketing strategy with insight, stats, trends that can transform the industry landscape. And we know that's the future, right? A lot of people here are new to AI. They're not sure how to apply AI to their business yet. So our role here is to really introduce these different tools, and then later on you can decide what you need, what type of tools can help your business, right? AI in marketing, key stats, 73% of marketers are currently using AI-based tools to optimize their campaign, driving significant improvements to their customer engagement and conversion rates. Conversion rates could be sales leads to your business for your service, sales online. AI-driven marketing campaigns achieve 52% higher conversion rates in traditional versus traditional campaigns, showcasing the power of AI. 89% of businesses report increased customer satisfaction after implementing AI in their marketing efforts. AI-driven marketing trends, hyper-personalization. So when you leverage AI, it helps create a tailor-made customer experiences by analyzing the vast amount of data, allowing you to deliver the right message to the right person at the right time. Sentiment analysis. Utilizing AI to understand and respond to customer emotions by analyzing their interaction with your brand, your website, vice versa. Predictive analytics, harness the power of AI to forecast customer behavior, helping you anticipate and meet their needs while optimizing your marketing efforts to maximize your return on investment. Number 4 here, strategies and tactics for AI-driven marketing success. When you implement AI-driven tools for customer segmentations and targeting using advanced algorithms, it helps identify the most valuable customer segments to tailor your campaigns accordingly. AI-powered chatbots for real-time customer engagement provide instant support and assistance while gathering valuable insights. Analyzing customer data with AI to identify emerging trends and optimizing campaigns to refine your marketing initiatives. Some of the AI ethics and responsibility for marketing is to show transparency, data privacy, bias intervention. So if you're using AI in your website, it's good to let the user know or the customer know about the data privacy that you're using for AI. AI-powered content creation. Again, AI can be used to generate content now, to write articles, to write blogs, press releases. You can generate images now. You can create AI generated videos now. So I encourage you all to explore the different tools and to see what can help maximize and optimize your business. AI and marketing analytics and reporting. So using AI and real-time analytics, it helps you gain a competitive edge with powered analytics to provide up-to-the-minute insights into your marketing campaign performance. So everything will be real-time. Advanced reporting, you can use AI to help make decisions, processing, generating reports to offer in-depth analysis, actionable insights, and data-driven recommendations. And return on investment optimizations, using AI to assess the return on investment for your marketing efforts. And number 10 here, adapting to AI-driven marketing strategies for small businesses. Prioritizing AI investment, right? When you use AI, whatever tools or service that you use, you can determine which AI-driven marketing solutions offer the greatest impact to your organization's goal to allocate resource to maximize your return on investment. Leveraging cost-effective AI tools, explore affordable AI marketing tools, platforms to cater your organizations to fit your budget. For example, if you're a real estate agent, right, you might want to generate leads. You might want to automate certain process. When leads come in, you may want to have that AI to follow up with a text, an email, a phone call. So those are the different things that you can utilize AI for, and we'll go into details into that in a bit here too. The last one is collaborative partnership. Consider partnering with other organizations, freelancers, consultants who are experts in AI-driven marketing to help you set up your campaigns for success. Some of the essential AI-driven marketing tools could be customer data platforms, which implements AI-powered CDPs to centralize, analyze customer data. Powered email marketing, enhance your email campaign through AI-driven marketing campaigns. Social media automation, using AI tools to help you automate content, scheduling, analytics on social media. AI chatbot, again, it's to help engage customer, provide that support on your website 24/7. AI-driven marketing hacks could be combining AI with human creativity, right? AI still needs direction regardless of what it is. So you can't just think that AI will run your business for you. You still have to point it in the right direction. So, but you can be creative with it and provide, use it to help you in different aspects of your business. Again, like I said, it could be automation, it could be CRM, it could be marketing efforts. It really depends on what your business is. Experimentation. Again, you can use AI to do different testing when you're running leads and trying to generate ads or sales to see which particular ad or paid web page is best for the user, right? And you can monitor when they say A/B testing, it's basically testing two things to see which one works best. Monitoring competitors. You can use AI tools to analyze your competitors, gain a competitive edge when you know what they're doing. You can do research on them and really get insights to help you as well with your business. So that's it for some of the overview of AI and digital marketing. This is just like a quick list of the best AI tools that we recommend, and it's basically it's coming from Zapier.com, the source. And you can test it to see what you like, because there's so many tools out right now. There's hundreds of tools out there. Basically, you just have to find a tool that works best for you. And here I'm going to do some demo and AI tools because I want to make it interactive, right? Where we're not just going through PowerPoint slides and read off the PowerPoint slide. We want to be interactive, and I'm actually going to go to some website, some tools to actually show you how it works as well. So first off, for example, AI image generator, right? I am going to show you guys how to use that now. Let's see. Back one. So this is Dolly. It's a image generator which is built by OpenAI, and OpenAI is the company behind ChatGPT, DALL-E. So, for example, when I typed in, with the image here, it's actually good because these images are not copyrighted, right? And you can generate these images and use on your website. Versus if you take images from the internet, if they have copyright on it, you can't use it because you can be sued for it. And you have to use images that are that are copy proof. So for example, I typed in create photo of human and robot helping each other. And this is some of the image that it showed up. So you can be creative. You can type in different themes, different word for it to generate for you. And then I have another tool here that has an AI image generator. And I typed in the same thing, and this is the two images that show up are totally different from what the other tool came up with. So basically, you have to kind of test some tools to see which one comes up the best. Maybe use a couple of tools to see how many different options they can come up with, right? And like I said, you can use these photos. You can download it. You can use it on your website, vice versa, and you can be pretty creative. Copymatic is another tool that I use. It has different tools built in, like you can do a rewriter tool. There's a text to speech tool. There's a chat tool, article generated blog writer, and everything kind of built in it. So it really depends on what you like. This is a paid tool that I use here, Copymatic. DALL-E is also a paid tool, but it's not a high cost tool. Like I believe that it's a monthly payment tool, where if you feel like it's affordable and it helps you with your business, then I highly encourage you to try it out. So here I'm going to start with maybe show you to how do you generate like an article, right, for your business. So let's write a article about digital marketing, right? AI digital marketing. Let's just say if I do AI digital marketing, I can generate a title if I want to. If you're not sure how to generate certain titles, the AI can help you generate certain titles for you too. So here, when I click on generate titles, I get a list of suggestions here. It says how AI is revolutionizing digital marketing, in-depth look, future of AI digital marketing, harness the power of AI and artificial intelligence, 5 ways AI is enhancing digital marketing strategies. So let's just choose 5 ways AI is enhancing digital marketing strategies. Minimum word, I'd say we'll keep it at 0, maximum, let's say 500 words. And I click submit. It's going to run its process, and it will write the article for me in a bit. So a lot of times, if you don't know how to generate good blogs or don't know how to generate good social media content, you can definitely leverage AI to help you with that. So here it's asking me some of the competitor headlines that they're using. These are the outlines that are recommended. Let's just generate article for now. Looks like we got a question from Mitchell. What various tools highlighted in the previous page? Which AI tools are beginner versus advanced? I'd say all these tools are made for any type of level. It just depends on how advanced you like it to do work for you. I'd say, test it out, try it out. There's a lot of free versions that you can use and subscribe to see what works best for you. So here is like a quick draft of the article that it wrote to me. And again, some of these tools here are made to for copy escape proof. So it's not infringing, it's not taking copy from the internet. You can use it to post on your blog, your website. And again, yeah, it's almost like ChatGPT or Bing AI. If you use Bing AI, you can have it write certain content too, but I feel like these tools here are made to write content versus like Bing and Google Bard. They're more like a chat box where they can give you some detail in terms of writing, but it's not as knowledgeable as some of these tools here. And again, with this, if you guys work with SEO, you can incorporate certain keywords in it. You can make sure that check for plagiarism. You can push it to your WordPress website. You can add an image to it. So there's a lot of things you can do. This is just like an overview of how to use like a tool to write blogs. Because the reason why I say it's good to have good content on your website is, with the search engine, if your website is stagnant and you don't have fresh content, social media content, then your ranking on the search engine will be lower versus someone who's active on the internet. Again, if you're someone who don't like to do public speeches or read speeches on your video, you can just type in the blog and you can just let AI read it for you, right? And you can choose a different language. So I'll just copy paste this introduction paragraph here, and I'll say, hey, let me choose a male voice. Let me choose one of these guys here to do a speech for me. So if you're using YouTube and you have some content and you're not a good speaker or you don't feel like reading, you can just type in the content. You can have AI generate the voice for you. Let's see. I'm not sure if you guys can hear this, but all right, audio, I think I have to click on the option here.
Artificial intelligence has revolutionized countless industries, and digital marketing is no exception. As the world becomes increasingly digital and interconnected, businesses are turning to AI-powered solutions to enhance their marketing strategies and meet the ever-evolving needs of consumers. From personalized advertising.
So that's it. I'm just going to play a little clip here. Hopefully everyone can hear it. But again, you can choose different voices, and a lot of people use these type of text to speech on the YouTube videos now, the TikTok and stuff like that. And all you have to do is provide some type of content. So that's kind of like a quick overview of some of these tools here. I'm trying to keep my session here within 45 minutes here, because I know Abel's going to go his route too. So I don't want to spend too much time here on these tools, but just kind of showing you the basic tools that you can use to help your business. And again, the next demo I'm going to do is Google Bard and Bing AI. I'm sure you guys have heard of ChatGPT, Bing AI, what's going on with them, and why is it important to you? Why is it related to digital marketing, right? I feel like it's more related towards the search engine side, the SEO side, which we have other cohorts and classes that are coming in a week or two that will talk more about SEO, how to optimize the website for the search engines. But for now, I'll show you a quick demo of Google Bard and why it's important to have optimized website on the search engine. So this is Google Bard, right? let me just go to the next slide here and just kind of show you Bing AI versus Google Bard. So Microsoft Bing just hit 100 million active users since the AI chat came out with the Microsoft Edge browser. So you know that there's a lot of people on the Microsoft Edge and using AI already. For Google Bard, they're still in beta testing, but we're expecting about 100 billion users worldwide to use Google Bard once it goes live and it's actually being put out there. So there's a lot of searches, and people are going to be using text and voice recognitions with these AI tools, the chat bot, and it's all connected together with digital marketing because these tools here pull from the search engines. They pull from credible resources like Wikipedia, Yelp.com, and all the local listings that have credible listings. In real time, these chatbot will pull from those resources. So it's important for you to prepare your website for these AI tools because even with these tools, they plan to start to monetize it. When you do a search, for example, so I'm going to bring back this web browser here. So for example, I searched and find me the best Asian restaurants in Minneapolis right earlier. And the results came through. Here are the best Asian restaurants in Minneapolis based on Google reviews. So this tells you how important it is to have good reviews now because these chatbots are pulling good reviews from polling businesses that has the best reviews, right? So if your business doesn't have good reviews or has low amount of reviews, I encourage you to start working on your reputation management, getting people to leave good reviews for your business, because if someone's searching for your business, your service, products, and then using AI is going to be pulling from businesses that has the best reviews. So this is like the top listing here. And if you even want, and if I want to test it, you can do the same search on a Google search and you can find it on the search results here, which the restaurants that has the top reviews here are the ones that are being listed through Bard. So that's why it's important for SEO to have good reviews, to have your Google business profile done correctly so that the search engine can find you and the AI can find you as well. Because they all go hand in hand now. A lot of people are switching over to AI now. So it's good to start preparing for what's to come for the future. And then what I want to do here is to also compare this with Bing AI and to see how Bing is pulling the results as well. So for Bing, what I did as well is I typed in best Asian restaurants in Minneapolis, and Bing is pulling from here. Right? It says here are some of the best Asian restaurants in Minneapolis according to Yelp, right? So it's not based on Bing business or Google reviews. It's pulling it from Yelp. So that tells me that, hey, it's important for my business to be listed on Yelp too and have good reviews on Yelp too. And not just on Google, not just on Facebook or TripAdvisor, but anything that has credible review, directory, business listing. If you're a small business, a local storefront, and you want people to find you, it's important to have your business listed in these directories. And as you go lower, it says learn more, and it lists Yelp, Canada's Best, Foursquare, TripAdvisor. So these are all the important directories or websites where Bing feels that has credible and reputable information, right? That they're pulling the results from. So I would, even look at these websites, make sure my business is listed on all these websites here, because that's where Bing is pulling it from. And then, like I said, if you want to search for this on the Bing search engine, kind of like what we did with Google, you can just go to Bing and just type into the chat, best Asian restaurants in Minneapolis, and it tells you top Asian restaurants in Minneapolis. It pulls it from certain results like Yelp.com, top 10 Asian restaurant. This is where it's getting information from, and this is where the AI bot is getting information from too. So that's why the correlation between the AI, the search engine, search engine isn't going to go away. AI is a machine learning language. It's pulling results from all these resources, right? from credible sources. So that's why it's important to have optimized businesses on the search engines, on different business listing. And this is how like everything's all tied together when you think about digital marketing, right? It's tied to social media marketing. It's tied to the search engines. It's tied to pay-per-click. So everything's all kind of like all in one, so you want to be active in everything. Any questions, feel free to type in the chat box. So that's the demo I had for Bing and Google AI. And here is where I'll leave it to Abel. I don't know if anyone has any more questions, but Abel will take over. He'll go into a little bit further more about generative AI, automation stuff with AI, how it's all related to digital marketing. So Abel, I will let you take over here. And once we're done here, we'll have a Q&A session as well. So anyone who has questions or want us to do more demo for you, we'll be glad to spend time with that too.
Okay, sure thing. So is anybody able to see me on their screen?
Abel, so I'm going to stop my share screen so that you can share since you're going to do some demo here.
Okay, sounds good. There we go. So hello, everybody. Feel free to ask any questions as they come up. So whether that be through the chat bot or even through, voice, I'm definitely happy to, answer as the questions arise. So, as John was talking about, there's been a big kind of explosion, if you will, of generative AI. And this is something that has really, taken over or is taking over several industries, right? Including marketing, including technology, including media. So I think it's something that is important to kind of study, understand, and then apply to your business as soon as possible. So just to kind of recap as to what generative AI is, it's a subset of artificial intelligence. So basically before artificial intelligence was able to just come up with kind of what it was trained on, right? So typically like these bots would just give you very predictable answers. They wouldn't generate anything new. However, now they could generate entirely new content from scratch, right? Whether that be images, voices, videos, music. And then the thought is to have this generative AI model, kind of translate to hardware like robotics. And then so what it does is it's trained on a data set, and then it will learn patterns and structures within that data set and then apply it to whatever prompt that you give it. So it doesn't, again, reproduce the data. It actually understands the kind of the contextual underlying patterns, and then produces, an answer from that. So if you look at the picture on the right, I actually put this picture in specifically because this picture was entirely generated by AI. The tool is called Midjourney. So that's another tool or major popular tool to generate high quality images, right? And this actually won a prize in the 2022 Colorado State Fair. So that kind of shows you how, I guess, expansive or competitive that generative AI is getting, right? So, John did a good job of discussing some of the different models, right? Such as Bing AI, Google Bard, So I wanted to go a little deeper into, kind of what these models entail. So we have Chat GPT 3.5, right? That's what basically took everybody by storm around like New Year's. That was the free kind of beta version that was released to the public. It's still free as well, right? So that's something that, if you want to just get started with kind of utilizing it, it would be a good way to get started. However, the thing is, it runs on limited capacity, right? So there's potential for the servers to be overloaded, right? So let's say you wanted to use it at like 9 o'clock on like a Saturday. If the servers are overloaded, then that means you can't use it. Then there's a Chat GPT 4.0. So that's $20 a month. That's something that I actually really recommend everybody get, because with ChatGPT 4.0, I look at it like this. I look at like GPT 3.5 as, let's say, the iPhone 4, and then like the GPT 4.0 as, let's say, the iPhone X, actually. That big of a jump, right? Even though you see 3.5 to 4.0, there's tons of different features that the 4.0 offers. So you'll have plugins, right? That's where you can interact with different data sets. So an example of a plugin would be like Expedia. If you want to plan a trip, you could actually communicate with Expedia servers, extract some data around, airplane information, as well as hotel information, and then basically come up with an itinerary from there. It also has access to the internet. So, that's kind of where you get the more accurate answers, because ChatGPT 3.5 is only trained up until 2021. And then also, we're going to talk about parameters in a second, but it's way more accurate, way more creative, right? And when it comes to marketing, I think what's going to differentiate a company from another company is the creative ability, right? And then also being able to be custom tailored to your brand and then your message. Claude, that one, you can essentially input a lot of data into it. But the thing is, it's not as creative, right? Claude was really made to kind of approach like the ethics and then the security behind AI. So you see a lot of like nonprofits and healthcare companies utilize it. And then of course, beta or Bard is in beta, right? So Bard, currently utilizing it, it's not on par with ChatGPT 4.0, but it's getting there, right? It's still in beta. I see it constantly improving. And I think especially with video and the images, it's going to kind of overtake, or it might overtake GPT in the next couple of months. Let's see here. So if you look on the right, these models could only take in so much data, right? So we have like pages right here. This is, you could think of it as just Word document pages. So Google Bard right now is limited to just 5 pages. Bing Chat, 5 pages. GPT-3, 11. GPT-4, 22, right? So major jump. And then Claude, 272. So that's, a great amount. But then again, Claude isn't going to be as creative. So I think it would be great to like analyze long-term or large documents, like, maybe books, PDFs, things of that nature. Now, does anybody have any questions at this point? Just want to make sure, I kind of grab any of those questions. Okay, no questions. Yeah, so then again, Google Bard right now, I believe it's just you have to be on a wait list in order to utilize it. But as John alluded to, it's going to be publicly available pretty soon. And then just to kind of hamper in on some of the benefits of generative AI, especially when it comes to marketing, is the content creation, right? So we saw, kind of Copycat and then or Copymatic and then some of the other tools. So what it's going to do is it's going to, really kind of understand your consumer base, and then the more data that it gets around your business, the higher quality content it's going to produce, right? So really it's about personalization. So the main thing here really is the data, right? How are we going to get as much data as possible? And then what's the right data to be able to kind of feed into these models to essentially, hit our business targets or essentially achieve our goals. So that's kind of the shift that I potentially see in digital marketing, is really kind of just figuring out, okay, what's the right data that we can kind of ingest to be able to make our content more personable, right? And then again, with the more data you have, the higher chance you have of making a prediction on your consumer base, right? It's depending on, okay, like let's say, we have a lot of data on customer segment A, right? If we introduce this new product, what's the likelihood they're going to adopt it? What changes will we need to make in order for us to have higher adoption, right? So those are kind of the main things that generative AI can bring. And then lastly, chatbots and then customer service. So, chatbots, customer service, that can be kind of a major, I guess, hamper or I guess anchor to a company's business. So being able to incorporate these chatbots and then be able to train it on your company's data can, save a lot of time, a lot of effort, and then also in turn kind of improve customer service and improve the perception of your company as well, right? Okay, so I know this might seem, like a lot, but I'm gonna do my best to kind of simplify what the main point is here. So these models operate on things called like parameters, and parameters are essentially like the knobs and dials on a sound mixer. So the more parameters a model has, you could essentially kind of pinpoint that to more accuracy, more creativity, and then more complexity, right? So here is on the bottom left of the screen, ChatGPT 4 versus ChatGPT 3. So we have 170 billion parameters compared to 1 trillion, right? So that's why I made that comparison when I said, ChatGPT 3 was like an iPhone 4, and then ChatGPT 4 was like an iPhone X. It was that big of a jump because of the parameters. And then if you look here on the right, so these are essentially just standardized tests, right? The blue represents ChatGPT 3.5, right? The one with lower parameters. And then the green represents ChatGPT 4. So as you can see, 3.5 is not really a good test taker. Failed AP chemistry, failed AP physics, failed AP statistics. I think the only thing that really passed was environmental science, and then AP art history, AP psychology. But then when we compare that performance to ChatGPT 4, right, with the one with more parameters, we see higher pass rates, especially on the bar exam as well. So that's just an indication of the rapid change of intelligence from one model to another, right? So I would say before ChatGPT 3.5, I wouldn't feel comfortable using that model, right, to like help my business, give me advice, maybe do some content generation, but nothing in terms of strategy. But ChatGPT 4 is another story. That has more parameters. You can intake more information. So as long as you feed it the right information, I think that you're going to get a high chance of success. Okay, and then any questions so far? And then also while we're here, I wanted to address Mitchell Davis's question about how are these AI tools more so for beginners or advanced users. So just overall, what you're going to start to see is these AI tools becoming a lot easier to utilize, right? So I think we're going to get to a point where maybe in the next 6 months or a year, it's going to be very easy for let's say like a business owner to use these tools without having to really kind of do additional research. The main thing really is like to make everybody like a machine learning expert, right? So they're really doing their best to make sure that like the user interface and then just the way things function and flow is as easy as possible. So you're going to start to see things getting a lot more easier to manage. Okay, so I'm going to do a quick demo. And what this demo is going to do is it's actually going to showcase a couple of different things you can do with ChatGPT and automation. I'm going to basically use Zapier, which is a way to connect all your different services to be able to reference Midjourney, which is a way that we can just automatically create pictures and then essentially post to Twitter based on a time. So go ahead, access it. I'm just gonna need a couple minutes to set this up. Sorry, the VPN is checking.
No worries, Abel. And at this time, if anyone has any questions, feel free to let us know as well. And what Abel mentioned about Zapier, Zapier is kind of like a tool that uses API from different applications to communicate together to automate processes, right? So that's kind of like the simpler way to put it. It's like an application that you use. So again, we can share some screen in terms of how you can automate certain processes. If you generate leads, that a lead comes to your website, maybe that can trigger certain events where it'll send a lead to Google Sheets or something. It automatically put the website format into like Excel sheet, and then it can trigger something else where it can email you, it can email the customer, it can give the customer a call. So these are all things where you can set up for your business. It can integrate into your CRM, and you can nurture that lead. I'm pretty sure that you guys have seen where you sign up for something and then you get a text and you get a phone call. A week later, you get the text again. So these are all automated process where someone's not there doing it no more. It's AI that's running these processes now. So I encourage to look into this. If you guys have any questions on how to set up certain CRM, we can point you into the right direction, especially for businesses who rely on lead generation, right?
Okay, so let me go ahead and share my screen here. So this is Zapier. This is essentially a way to connect most of your services together, and then having like generative AI to fuel that. So in this, Zap is what they call it, essentially like an automation trigger. What I did was my trigger was going to be an event start in Google Calendar, right? So essentially, I'll have an event called Zapier on my Google Calendar that will, basically be executed at 8 o'clock. So once it hits 8 o'clock, what's going to happen is we're going to go and then generate an image in OpenAI or DALL-E. And DALL-E was essentially the same demo that John kind of demoed before with the human and then the robot interacting with each other. And then if you look and see, okay, so I connected my account. And then here you can actually generate the prompt, right? So you can say, just generate a picture of cheese of all kinds. And then you want to continue. So after it generates that picture of cheese, what it's going to do is it's going to actually send that picture to Google Drive. And then you'll have it configured to where if there's any sort of changes or any photos uploaded to a certain folder within Google Drive, and that folder is Zapier for me, then the contents of that folder would automatically be uploaded to my Twitter account. I know that's a lot. So does anybody need help kind of understanding what's going on here? Okay, so yeah, basically it's just a way to automatically, generate a photo and then upload it to your social media account. So the last step here would be to actually create the tweet, right? So the tweet would be the image. And then if you look under action, the image is going to reference the image that was created in OpenAI or DALL-E, right? So whatever was created there is just going to automatically be sent out. And then of course you can have this repeat, and it's not going to send out the same image. Every time that the prompt gets sent out, it's going to reprocess, and then it's going to generate an entirely new image, right? So you can see how this can be used for, potentially ads or just copywriting, just anything repeatable, but also, tying it back to your company's message, your company's brand as well. Okay. And also, let me show you ChatGPT Plus as well. So you guys are going to notice that, so ChatGPT Plus, usually you are able to use Bing with this ChatGPT Plus. They've disabled it temporarily, right? So they're basically going through the copyright infringement laws. So that's going to be up, I think, in about 2 weeks. But for right now, you have to use plugins to connect to that. Okay. And has anybody used any sort of ChatGPT plugins? Okay, let's see. Do you get the preview before it sends out? So you can get the preview of the picture, and essentially you can you can have a delay in which it will just send it directly to your phone number, right? And then you can have it to where based on a particular response from your phone, right? Like whether it's yes or one, it can therefore publish. So there is like maybe like a kind of like a gatekeeping method as well. So it's really, you know, you have a lot of creative freedom when it comes to Zapier, you know, a lot of security as well. And a good thing about Zapier is that, as I mentioned before, you know, it's really kind of hard to manage all these tools, right? So they're actually introducing a new way of kind of creating these apps with natural language processing. So essentially, you know, as long as you have all your accounts connected to Zapier, you can essentially just type what you want. You can say, hey, you know, I want to connect, or I want to essentially post an image from Dolly automatically based on a particular time. And then it will just go ahead and do that for you in the background instead of having to go through all this. So that is in beta right now. Let me see if I can. Okay, so it's not working right now, but I'm going to go ahead and then send you some more information on that. You know, because I know, you know, it's a lot of things to manage when it comes to, you know, AI and all these different services and tools. So it would be a lot easier if you can kind of just type out, you know, what you wanted to do. Okay, and what is Zapier doing? Its function in this example. So Zapier is essentially like a bridge or liaison between all your different services. And not only is it a liaison, it also enables a sense of a source of automation. So you can connect all your different services together, and then you could essentially have it to where, you know, one action that you do in one service can trigger another function in another service, and basically have everything integrated together, right? So it's a bunch of like if-then statements throughout your whole kind of service catalog. Let's see. Okay, and then this is ChatGPT. Another important thing about ChatGPT is that it offers a bunch of plugins, right? So we have the plugin store. And as that loads, does anybody have any experience with plugins? Okay, so as you can see, we have the Expedia plugin, Vox script. So this actually allows you to go into YouTube and then scrape that data for your prompt, right? So let's say, you know, what's the best travel location in Northeast, you know, USA. You can go ahead and type that with this plugin enabled, and then it can actually scan, you know, all the YouTube videos, and then, you know, basically formulate an opinion based on that. Diagrams as well. So you can essentially create diagrams straight from ChatGPT. Let's see. Wikipedia as well, right? So plugins are essentially just another kind of source of data that you can have the ChatGPT service interact with. I think I think the best ones, honestly, right now, are going to be Open Tools AI, right? So there's a bunch of different AI tools that are being created every single day, right? So it's hard to keep track of it. So what Open Tools AI does is it is a mechanism for you to actually ask, hey, this is what I kind of want to do. Is there any AI tool that can fulfill that? Right. So let's say, does anybody have any suggestions? Does it grab data from TikTok? Not at this moment. Yeah, there's no plugin for TikTok yet. I believe there's plugins for Vimeo, and I think that's the extent of video services. But TikTok, yeah, it doesn't grab any data from TikTok yet. But in terms of like figuring out or finding an AI tool, does anybody have any suggestions? Like, is there an AI tool that can help me cook, or is there an AI tool that can, help me maybe discover a new bike route? Any examples that you want to see? Okay, let's see. So help me make food content for social media. So we'll use OpenTools AI to figure out the right tools. We'll use, let's see, Vox script to go over YouTube scripts. And okay, so what this does is it's going to give you, it's going to scour the entire internet for, different AI tools that can be, more impactful to, what it is that you want. And of course, the thing with prompts is that the more details that you give it, the better the answer is going to be for you, right? So essentially, the only ask was just to help make food content for social media. So the first tool that I recommend here is Plate Pose. And what this can do is it can generate additional food photos for restaurants and food influencers. You just have to upload 10 to 20 images of their dish. So this is kind of like a Stable Diffusion or Midjourney thing where you'll upload, different kind of pictures of your food, and then it will automatically generate, images of other food. So if you go to Plate Pose, and then another thing too is it will tell you, if it's paid or not, right? So sometimes it will say paid, sometimes it will say freemium. So if we visit, continue, right? And then of course, I think the main thing really here is to really focus on the specific ask, right? We're gonna talk about prompt engineering here in a minute, but I think the really big thing is, really understand what you want, and, make your ask as detailed as possible. And then of course, you can keep on iterating as well. Are there AI tools to get feedback on small business websites? Okay. There's actually a plugin for that. So if I go back to plugins, I'll do a new chat. What I've been using actually for that is Validator. So where is it? Validator AI. So get objective feedback on elevator pitches for your business ideas, but it could also work for website ideas or website images as well. So that's a valuable tool. And then of course, you're not limited to just the plugins. If you want to go back and use Open Tools AI, you can just ask. So it's going to generate some responses. And then again, I mentioned that one of the key things about generative AI is that you can iterate, right? So you can build on top of what you ask. So, let's just say, just show me free ones. Okay. Yeah, so definitely does streamline work tasks. I'm going to talk about really how your method of thinking should change with AI, because it really kind of disrupts, or it's going to disrupt kind of the workflow. So I feel that there should be a different kind of approach to utilizing it, incorporating it in your workflow. So let's continue on here. Let me see if I'm share screen. Yeah, so this slide basically illustrates how a professional is going to adapt, or how should they adapt, right? So I think the main thing here, with all these different services, is knowing how to interact with them, right? Prompt engineering, I think, is going to be huge in every profession, even physicians, right? So I think in the future, it's going to get to a point where you're going to have people that are very knowledgeable, about their field, but in order to succeed, you also have to know how to interact with AI as a sidekick, right? So you have to kind of know how to talk to AI. So you have to develop clear, innovative prompts, right? Understand the semantics, understand what your AI is capable of, right? That goes back to kind of the parameters and the creativity, and kind of the just technical understanding, or slight technical understanding of the models. Data analysis, as I mentioned before, data is even more important now. Any data obviously is fine, but I think it's really the discussion is what's the right data? What can we capture to really propel our business to extract more value, understand our consumer base more, develop better products, right? And then creativity, right? So we have all these different tools to automate. So I think it really goes back to developing that big picture understanding, really kind of figuring out, what service does what, how can I make this service interact with another service to, get a specific response. So there's a lot of different things that you can do with AI, right? It's pretty much just, endless creativity, and it's a big world out there, but it really comes down to, knowledge of the service, knowledge of your business, and then how do you make those things kind of interact. Business goal understanding, really kind of understanding what the purpose of your business is, what it aims to offer, and then just making sure that you can develop targeted marketing strategies from that. AI interaction, that goes back to just the capabilities, limitations, and also training needs. Again, I think, every employee should definitely, take some sort of prompt engineering course just to be able to get the most, out of AI. And then, last thing is legal and ethical understanding. So, with AI, there's a lot of power, involved, but when it comes to working with different companies, that data does get sent back to OpenAI, right? So this is why certain companies have banned it. Apple, for an example, governments are working on getting certifications to utilize it, but currently, cannot because there is key information, right? So that's something that you have to be wary of, is that you can't just put everything into OpenAI. You have to be concerned with the personal information that you're putting in there. Okay. I think I lost my. And then the future of this. So I think, well, actually, I know. So with ChatGPT, Bard, these things allow you to interact with different like segments of the internet, right? So different services, different data sets. But I think the future is going to be a thing called Auto GPT, where this is actually a thing that you can download today, right? It's an open source platform where you download it and then you give it 5 goals, right? Let's say, for an example, a goal would be, be the best digital marketer you can be. Really try to do your best to understand our customer base, get this target, hit this quota. And then you give it those goals. And then what it will do is it will create agents, right? So different bots, different, accounts, different credentials to be able to achieve what you want it to achieve. And then it will essentially not stop until it gets to what it achieves, right? Obviously there's different things that it will also, that it can do, right? So it's still bound by OpenAI's kind of, ethics policies. So there are things that it's not going to do, but in terms of taking your automation to that next step, Auto GPT or things like it is going to be the future. Now, currently, there are a couple of reasons why you might be wary of doing it, right? Because you might hear, oh, if this is going to be the future and it's out right now, why don't I implement it? So first of all, I think, with open source technology really is a risk, right? Because you have to have technical staff to be able to take in that open source technology and then really kind of fit it into your business flow to be able to not really risk any privacy concerns or mess up any major things within your business. So right now, I think it's still kind of in the stage of okay, let it maybe do certain tasks, but you want to keep the scope limited. But I definitely think that Auto GPT is going to be something that you'll probably see a lot more of in the future. Okay, now I wanted to open the floor to any questions. And it doesn't have to just be questions as well. If there's anything that you wanted to explore, right, from a kind of tooling perspective or demo perspective, definitely happy to kind of take you through that.
And likewise, if anyone wants to, I know some people mentioned about how can these tools help small business websites, how can you get feedback? I think I know Mitchell, you asked that, but I was trying to get a little bit better understanding feedback in terms of content writing, feedback in terms of SEO. So there's a lot of things that can be considered when you mention feedback. But yeah, there's AI tools that can audit your website, can help improve your website, recommend what type of keywords to add to optimize it for the search engine. So those are some of the tools that we can use to kind of help you and show you guys too. But those are some of the tools that we plan to teach in our later digital marketing courses, which we have coming up in terms of we have social media, we have pay-per-click, search engine marketing, SEO, optimization. Those are some of the courses that we have for the next 8 weeks, and we'll talk more about that once to see if there's any questions here first, and we can go further into that.
Okay, and I think Atif has a question here about which is the best AI tool for education. There is a lot of AI tools for education. There are a couple plugins here. Let me go ahead and see if I can extract some of those names. Yeah, so it really depends on the subject, but I think overall, the best way to use ChatGPT for education is to use something like whimsical diagrams, which is a way to actually create like mind maps for you, right? So what you can do is you can say, hey, what is like cybersecurity? And then it will explain the different facets of cybersecurity, and then it'll give you a flow chart and then map the different subjects to cybersecurity. And then you can click on the subject and say, oh, explain this part of cybersecurity a little more to me, right? And you can continue to kind of extrapolate from there. What I can do is I can send you that website. So that way you can kind of, take a look at it and then see for yourself. For me, that was the best way to kind of use it to kind of educate myself, right? Because you can utilize the entire kind of, training data that ChatGPT offers. So it has a lot of information. Is there an AI for maintaining customer data? So
I think
yes.
Benny's.
Oh, sorry.
Like CRM, right? I think Benny's referring to like a CRM system.
Yeah, there are a lot of different tools you can use. It depends on the amount of customer data. If it's a lot, what you can actually utilize now is Azure. So Azure is like Microsoft's cloud platform. What you can do now is you can create like a storage account, and then you can use their open AI service to help manage, your customer data kind of automatically. So if it's a small amount, I think maybe looking at other tools would be better. But if it's a large amount of customer data, I think you're going to be looking at one of those cloud providers. Yeah, I'll definitely share the link to the website. What is an idea when you check it? Use AI tools as a small business consultant. Yeah, I can definitely send you tools based on industry. Essentially, what I'm thinking of right now, in terms of how it can help you, is scheduling. It can help you with drafting emails. It can also help you kind of identify and then also pinpoint problems as well. Right. So it's a lot of different use cases. But yeah, I could definitely separate it by industry. I can go ahead and then just I think it's better for me to just take all this content and just send it to you guys in an email, or send it to John, and then John can send it out, because we don't know if this chat will still be accessible after the meeting. So I'll go ahead and just put it on a document and send it out.
Yeah, and we have one-on-one sessions too. So the main point is to kind of go through like a high-level overview of what we're teaching. And then if you guys need help with, hey, how do I set up the CRM for my customer database? There's so many different type of database CRM that you can use to automate. We can kind of recommend some, and if you need help with that, we have technicians that can help set that up for you. Again, the main thing about getting customer database is to automate process, right? If someone submits a lead, you want to trigger a process of what to do to retain that lead, and to trigger certain tasks for you to complete. Same thing with project management. I know also you mentioned project management system. I think that would be more like, how do you utilize AI to help you with project management, right? So there are some tools that can help you with project management, kind of like you can trigger setting up certain projects to trigger calendar schedules and stuff like that. With if you have a account manager, right, you can work on like a certain task where you assign tasks to some of your employees or subcontractors, and they will AI can help trigger certain notifications to your team and trigger emails, phone calls, or whatnot. So those are some of the tools that we can provide as well, and make recommendation on project management system. So from what I'm thinking, when you refer to project management system, it's kind of like setting tasks for your team, right? How do you manage certain projects and assign tasks? So there's a lot of them. There's a lot of different software that you can use for that. It just really depends on which one you like and you prefer.
Right, and to add to that, actually, Jira is a very popular project management tool, and they actually just launched their plugin in ChatGPT as well. So, that could be something to explore. Any other questions, or does anybody want to see any demos? John, do we have enough time?
Yeah, we have until 8 o'clock, so it looks like we got another 30, 40 minutes. I was gonna say, I have a tool here that can do like let me just share my screen here. Maybe someone who has a business address, I can run, it's kind of like a SEO tool, digital marketing tool, where I'll pull some research in terms of, how many business listings you have, and it can make recommendations on which one you should get for your business. So I think we want to kind of open this up to just whatever you guys want us to see and show in terms of AI tools, we can work with that. Looks like, okay, does anyone want to volunteer and just type in the chat the business address, and the business name and business address, and I can run like a tool to kind of show you guys what I can show in terms of audit. So let me just share my screen here so that you can see. So this tool here is a local review for a business. So if you're a local business and you're trying to rank on Google, you're trying to find out how many listings you have and what listings you need to get. This is a good tool to really pull listings for you, because like I mentioned earlier when I talked earlier, Google is going to pull business listings from reputable websites, and these websites you need to make sure that you have these profiles established for whether it's social media or local listings. You want to make sure that you have acquired these profiles. All right, so it looks like Benny, so Benny has your address first, and then I'll just, and when I generate these reports, I can send it back to you as well. Benny, what's the name of your business? When I type in the address, it says in focus. Okay. So I'm going to use this address. It's going to auto-populate your address, your website, and everything. So let's get insights for Google reviews, right? For this, you would have to connect, but this is something we may not be able to do right now because it's going to log into your account. But let's just skip that step and let's just move on for it to pull the report. Business location, let's say contact name. Email. It's gonna skip that, and then so it's running its citation report, and once it's done, we can kind of show you the reporting. I can kind of go into detail in terms of what the report means. So this is basically a report to run on a local check on Google Maps, right? To see what listings you have, what you need to acquire, which listings are the most important from top to bottom. So this is a good tool in terms of search engine optimization, getting found on Google Maps and getting found on Google and on Bing search engines. And as I mentioned, these all go hand in hand, and AI pulls this data from the search engines too. So we'll give it a few minutes, let it run. It looks like Abel, you mentioned, yeah, mymap.ai, it can Copilot. Abel, have you used this before? The Copilot?
Oh yes, yeah, I can do a demo as well.
Yeah, I'll let you do this demo, and we'll let the report run because it may take a few minutes. And then once it's done, we'll kind of switch back and forth. So now I wanted to just share that there's total of 8 online workshops for this particular digital marketing cohort. So the first one we're doing it right now, it's like a quick overview of AI digital marketing. The next one next week is going to be on SEO, which we'll go into detail in terms of doing audit, doing research analysis, how to optimize your website for the search engines, how to create content and building links. So we're gonna go into details and kind of be like an online hands-on workshop, right? Where we'll teach you how to do it. And then if you have questions, then we have one-on-one sessions where we can help you afterwards too. Again, we have social media marketing where someone can show you how to set up Facebook ads, LinkedIn ads, TikTok stuff, how to manage social media, how to automate social media using AI tools, and also how to run Google ads on Google and Bing, how to use AI tools to do research, how to set up ads, how to come up with the right headlines and catching photos to and how to run like A/B testing, which version of the ad copy would have the best conversions, right? So all these we're bringing in professionals who work at agencies, who are agency owners that do this on a daily basis. So I just want to let you all know not to miss out because it's a lot of good information, and it's going to help you generate leads in whatever goals that you have. Maybe you've tried to run ads in the past and it hasn't worked. Maybe you're not doing something right? And these professionals, we can help you, audit and help you with your campaign to make sure that you can have something that can be efficient and best for your return on investment.
Okay, so I can show the My Map tool if you're ready. Okay, so let's go ahead and continue. So I'm gonna go ahead and then just share what I already have here. I'm also going to create some new ones, right? It does take a long time to generate, so I just wanted to, really kind of showcase the capabilities of it. So before I ask, give me just the history of Ethiopia, and it actually split it into two different dynasties, right? And then from there, I said, okay, let me learn a little bit more about this dynasty. And then went ahead and then created subsections for me, right? So I think that, a lot of people that are business owners, that are entrepreneurs, most of us are big picture and most of us are visual learners, right? So I think that, a tool like this is really going to enhance our capabilities to learn stuff at a rapid pace, right? Because we're able to really kind of see, okay, this subject is tied to this, right? But on top of that, you're also able to ask any question from those subsections. So the end of the Sagway Dynasty, let's click on that, and then we can actually ask AI something. And let's say, what's the impact on the selected card? And now AI is going to go ahead and then extract data from that previous card, and then it's going to, essentially create another sub card. Let's see here. Okay, so I think now what I want to do is I want to create another one. Chat map, or sorry, concept map. Okay, and then for this, I want to take some opinions from the chat. So what do you guys want to look at in terms of the mind map, or what do you want to explore? Does anybody have a particular topic that they want to see? I know, let's see here. Who asked for the mind map? Atif, is there something that you wanted to kind of extract from mind map or see on mind map? American history. Okay. See, these systems improve every day. I use this. The last time I used this was 2 weeks ago, and it would take like 10 minutes for everything to generate, but now it's much, much more fast. So, okay, see, now it's breaking down American history into a couple of pivotal points. Oh, wow. So, yeah, so I think, yeah, this is definitely a great tool, but I think it falls into kind of the same line of thinking with these other AI tools, is that the more specificity that you have with your request, the more value that you'll extract. But in order to kind of explore this tool, Atif, what would you want me to extrapolate on? I just wanted to show you one additional feature. So is there any sort of period of American history that you want to ask, like let's say Cold War period? You can ask AI to explain anything, right? So let's say, who are like the main I guess, players within the Cold War or something like that. Is there anything specific that you want to learn? Okay, so if there's something specific, I'll go ahead and just, let's see. So it continues to extrapolate from the previous topic. And actually now you can incorporate images to it. So that's another key feature as well. And you can ask it anything as well. Like, it's not just those cards that you saw. You can really ask anything. So let's say, let's do, let's see if we can. Oh, it looks like the UI changed. Okay, so I think, yeah, with the free plan, it's just going to go ahead and give you some more information, but yeah, I think you get the gist. So I'll stop the share. Can you add images too? Yeah, so as I mentioned before, you should be able to add images now. They even have, like, let's see this chat map. Let's see if I do American history. What does it do? Yeah, so images is something that is included in the premium version. But yeah, definitely, I really do think for understanding any concept like this is something that can really take you to the next level, right? And that's pretty much with anything, any field, right? Like, let's say you're in the pharmaceutical field. I think maybe breaking down like your industry and then your market, uh, your consumer or the type of people that will buy your products, having the visualization and then having the AI to keep on adding and then keep on extracting information, I think is going to be a very valuable tool, especially for business owners. So I think Zapier, mind map, and then the open tools AI, it will be probably like the three most impactful tools, right? Because with the open tools AI, you can essentially ask, oh, hey, have this issue. What AI tools are out there to help me achieve those issues or solve those problems? Zapier helps with the automation piece where it can connect all your different services together to basically achieve what you want. And then MyMap can help with essentially learning and understanding, right? Increasing your knowledge. And then, yeah, with that, more knowledge is more power. So does anybody else have any other questions? So also the Zapier tool, right? As I mentioned before, all these different services are making it easier for people to use them. And I mentioned before, Zapier has the natural language processing interface. Basically, what you can do is, instead of me kind of going through and saying, okay, like let me connect this action to that action and then really going through the details, you could actually just type in what you want Zapier to connect and then do, as long as you have all your accounts synced. And then it can just automatically come up with that, right? So I think that's something that is definitely valuable. The website is down now, unfortunately. So what I can do is, once it's available, I can go ahead and then screen record a demo on how to use Zapier with the new interface, and then send it to you guys in an email.
And any other questions for Abel? If not, I can switch back to what I was doing earlier with the Google Maps citation. So the report finished, and I know just wanted to get back to Benny in focus system. Based on the report, you're getting a score about 50%. Google found, the report found 20 local listings that you had, and the other 20 you don't have. So if I go down the report, it's telling me that you have Google, it didn't find Facebook, didn't find Yahoo or Yelp, based on your business name, address, and phone number. And then it goes down the list from the top directories down to the least important. I mean, all these are important, but it's calculated through, they call domain authority, right? Which the search engine reads as part of the algorithm. So these reports are helpful to know what citations or local listings you have and which ones you still need. And within this tool here, you can even schedule for it to automate and for it to audit and to inquire to obtain these listings and address for these particular business listings, versus you going into it and manually filling everything out yourself. This tool here can automate everything, and it can sign up for these listings yourself. And if anyone has questions, I can run reports and I can send it to you as well afterwards, because I think it's important to have these reports so that you know which one you still need. So it's kind of like when you think of the search engines, the more reputable websites you have that's linking back to your website, this is your website right here, the higher you'll rank on the search engine, right? So I think it's important for you to look into I'll search SEO or workshop as well, so that we can help you optimize your website and be found on the search engine. And it's not about just being found on a top search engine. You want to rank for keywords that can drive traffic, right? Because if you rank on top of the search engine and no one's searching for it, you're not going to get traffic and leads. So with our SEO class and pay-per-click class coming up here, we'll work with you and show you how to use these tools, how to find the right keywords for your business so that you can drive traffic. And we'll keep track of all the chat box here. I know people are typing in your address and name. I will definitely get back to you and send you all these reports so that you can have it. This tool that I'm using here is paid, so is a paid version. So it's I can run it for free for you all. Any questions on this particular report? But yeah, so the whole idea of this this workshop here is to just kind of introduce you to AI, right? To get you ready for AI. How can you use AI to help leverage your business to make the best, most efficient and cost-effective decisions in your business operations? It can be and everything's all tied to digital marketing, whether it's operations to the search engines to the AI chat box. Social media, they're all tied together. Yeah, and I went like a step further too, Benny. Like I type in, I pull the website audit just to see how your website is. I can tell, what's wrong with it. I could look at all your web pages just by this tool here. I could tell how many images doesn't have a name on it. I can, so there's a ton of information here that we look at. I know it can be overwhelming if you're not used to it, but with the help and assistance of these tools, they can help you optimize for the website. Like I can look at your homepage here or your about us and be able to tell you what you have for the title, what Google sees on the search engines. So your homepage here, like the title, it says in focus system, home and commercial automation, St. Paul, Minnesota, right? So that's something where you may have to look into when you say home and commercial automation, right? Because it could be so many things when it comes to automation that Google can get confused about, right? So I would probably have to look at your website and see what it is that you do, home automation, enhanced lifestyle automation, home devices. So it looks like you connect devices, right? Kind of like Alexa, right? Where you connect home devices to automate using AI to automate different things in your house, right? Lightings to radio, TVs, and all that to be connected under one control. So I'd say, look into, people may not be searching for home automation. I can help you search for the right keywords, and that way you can optimize your website and be found on the search engines. Or even if you were to run some ads to target what people are searching for, on whether it's on social media or Google ads, you can leverage these lead generation tools to help you find leads. When someone searches for very specific keywords like home automation, lighting, or certain keywords like that, that's something where we can help with our marketing workshops. This is another tool that I use. I typed in your website here, and it's giving me all these different information. Your organic keywords is shown up as in focus systems. So, for example, you're ranking higher in focus systems, but a lot of people might not know what that is, right? That's just your company name. Where it can also look for competitors, your competition, right? Your main organic competitors. I can look at their website as well and see what they're trying to rank for. So this is something where we will teach later on in the other classes and go into more detail. But this is more like a deep dive of looking at your website and doing like a competitive analysis and research, and we can even see what type of ads your competitors are running and what type of keywords they're targeting. So these insights can help your business and can help you find out, hey, these are the keywords that people are searching for that are generating me leads and business to my website. Any questions? Now, Benny, if you type in the chat, like what's a, for example, like what would you say like a home automation, so home theater rooms? I'm just trying to do a little bit more research here. Like a typical keyword that people will search for, maybe home installation, home theater installation, or yeah, so we can do like a keyword overview and do like, let's see. Do like home theater installation. Let's say, let's search in Minnesota, see how many people are searching for home theater installation. Some data, and I see people, also I know you put in your website too, so I'm gonna follow up with you all, everyone that posted their website and business information here. Looks like Dana says, does this work on virtual business without physical address? For physical address, I would recommend, I mean, you will probably have to just focus mainly on, social media and other profiles that doesn't require a business address. But if you have a virtual business address, that would be even better. If you're a virtual business, I recommend getting some type of business address too, so that you can get these profiles and be found on the search engines, because Google won't list your business if you don't have an address. So, maybe look into virtual business address where you're not paying for the actual physical location, but you're just paying for that address, and so that you can get a profile, and expand on the search results and stuff like that. So when I typed in home theater installation, it's shown that Minnesota is getting about 30 searches per month. The US overall is getting about 3,000 searches per month. How much it costs if you were to run ads? It's going to cost you about $1.78. How difficult is it to rank for this keyword? It's about 52%. Keyword variation is about 2,000 different variation. Some of the competitors are Best Buy, Angie's. I know Angie is kind of like a contractor website, Yelp, and some of these looks like they're more just retail websites. So this will give you insight in terms of what you need to do, what people are searching for, your target audience, and what you need to rank for your website. And like I said, we can even go down to see what your competitors are doing. If I go to Angie's, their website, I can see what they're doing, how many keywords they're ranking for, how much their traffic is worth. It's worth about 34,000. Their top keywords are home theater installation near me, home theater installation. Yeah, so it's a lot of detail. If you're a first-time user for this type of tool, it may take a while for you to get used to it, but this is good for SEO and the search engines if you plan to run ads.
And I think another thing you can do actually is, so I see the export to PDF button right there. So with ChatGPT 4, there's a plugin where you can upload PDF files and then analyze it, right? So, that could be another way of interacting with this information as well. I know it's a lot of information, so, that could be something of interest.
Yeah. We have about 10 minutes left. Any other questions? Again, these tools here will go into more details with our other classes that's coming up. So make sure you guys join us so that we can help you out. And this program here by the Hennepin County, we provide one-on-one help as well. So after we get off this call, if you have any questions, reach out to me, Abel, or anyone, and we can follow back up to any of your questions, help you set up some tools. If you're like, hey, can you help me set up Google Ads campaign? We can help you with that too. So this is not just about reading through PowerPoint slide. We wanted to make it a workshop where we can actually help you set up certain campaigns for you, help you out with certain tools, how to access these tools, and really help elevate your business, right? So again, if you have any questions, you can contact myself. It's john@digitalsynergy.ai. Our organization email is info@aabrn.org. Phone number. And any other questions? So here's a list of the workshops that we have lined up again. Whichever one you feel that would be good for you, make sure you attend. I think social media is something that's really grown too. A lot of lead gen is being generated through social media. So especially Facebook and Instagram. So definitely make sure you look into these classes because we'll have experts teaching these classes, showing you, walking you through how to set up effective campaigns, demographics from audience, and depending on how you what type of business you're running, we can help you with that as well.
And then last, oh, sorry, go ahead.
Right, Abel.
Oh,
sorry.
Sorry about that, John. And lastly, so kind of like going away from the marketing automation, if you just need I guess general AI automation, or just having like an advisor to look at your workflow and see how you can integrate AI. I am starting an agency. I'll go ahead and then leave the information there. So right now it's currently myself. We have a Square engineer that's focused on kind of blockchain and then payment processing, and then there is another engineer from Google that's more so focused on kind of I believe it was customer personalization or customer demographics within YouTube. So if you guys need any sort of services, definitely feel free to contact us. I'll go ahead and just provide my contact information within the email with all of the other resources that I'll also send out as well.
Abel, maybe you can drop your email address in the chat box, and they can also contact you as well.
Yeah, sure. I'll go ahead and then drop my LinkedIn as well.
Yeah.
So go ahead and grab that.
And I also want to touch base on I know we have a program where the county can reimburse you for technology services. Let me just pull up the website here. We had some people asking, since they can attend, can they look at the video and still be counted as attending the class, so they can qualify for the technology reimbursement. I'm just going to pull up the page here again. To be eligible for, so the Hennepin County, they have a 75% reimbursement expenses if you spend some money to buy, for example, like a computer, laptop, or whatnot. They can reimburse you up to 75% if you can attend all the courses here, the 8 classes that we have. It looks like you just have to attend 8 of the 6 workshops. And if you want to set up a one-on-one help session, we can help you with that. Be incorporated by operating in Hennepin County, have 6 months of operating history, be registered in the Minnesota Secretary of State, report less than $1 million in annual revenue. And yeah, like I said, just be receptive to coaching, mentorship, and that can qualify you. So our moderator here, Jay, he is keeping track of who's here, who's not, and we'll keep track of that. And when you attend at least 6 of the 8 classes or watch these videos and do one-on-one sessions, then we can work with you to get that reimbursement done. Looks like Abel, you have your email address and your information there in the chat box. So yeah, if anyone would like to get in touch with Abel, feel free to reach out to him as well. We have about 2 minutes left here. If there's no other questions, we'll like to close out this session here, and thank you all for attending this workshop here tonight. Look forward to seeing you all on the other workshops. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out to us, and we'll work with you one-on-one, and we'll find a solution to help you out with your business needs. Anything else you wanted to add, Abel?
No, that was it. Thank you all for being a wonderful audience, and I'll be sure to follow up with the rest of the resources that we talked about.
All right, great. Well, you all have a good night, and we'll be in touch. I'll follow up with everyone through the chat box and, like I said, through the email for the next session. Take care.